I have a feeling you're going to get there.
But I was going to say something for your previous question, what Amrita was trying to talk about. Now, if we got to look at a third group also, which is the manufacturing side of products here in this company, the industry. Yeah, the industry is an obstacle for us because they are trying to offer a cheaper product, but try to praise it, or with praising it more than we can praise our product, because they have a much bigger, much louder speech. They have a lot more money to put into advertising and public relations. Yeah, so that's one obstacle. The other obstacle is the contractor, who is usually not the same level of education as an architect.
Right.
Architect will intellectually kind of look at the product and try to understand what's going on. The contractor, like Amrita said, wants to get the job done and get out. He doesn't necessarily want to read the instructions. So there's a certain degree of failure because he didn't read the instructions, and he doesn't want to. And why does he not want to read the instructions? Because he kind of has an aversion, a natural aversion to learning, because that's not what's bringing him the money. What's bringing him the money is the time that he spends on the product and the price that he pays for the material.
And getting it done. Correct. Yeah? Correct. Absolutely, Rudolf.
He wants to have a bigger bang for the buck that he gets with lower materials that perform a little bit different, a little bit faster, a little bit easier than ours.
And it even goes further than that, I believe. I'm sorry to interrupt you. But a person who's building a house or redoing a house, remodeling, trusts their contractor. Implicitly, they have to.
Would you think today that they do? Because how many contractors take money and start jobs and then they're always in court? I mean, contractors are notorious for not finishing their jobs, though.
They trust the choice that the contractor makes.
Got it.
I get the call every day of, well, my contractor has already painted the walls with a low VOC paint and we're fine. No question. And at some point I let go and say, should I educate them? The paint's already on the wall.
You know, I did an interview with Dan Winter the other day. He talks about fractals and what is it in physics that creates a living charge in environments. And I think that when you talk about sustainable environments, when you talk about matter being animate and that the materials you use are dead or alive, everything has a charge. And so if everything has a charge, your paint has a charge. All materials have a charge, positive or negative, life-giving or life-taking.
I believe it.
And so using that paradigm, what you're doing truly is providing paint that has a living charge, a living energy in it. That is a whole different gestalt than simply saying it's non-toxic paint. So not only is it non-toxic paint and free of solvents, it is paint that has a living charge.
Correct.
Okay, and that's really different. And once you get into the whole concept of resonance, we are talking literally a quantum level difference in the charge of a place.
Correct, and I'd like to elaborate on that.
Please.
The integrity that Rudolf and I hold for this company. We owned a building we were in. We were right behind Home Depot. It generated a lot of store business for us here in Santa Fe. It was a beautiful location. We had beautiful offices, great warehousing. But right in front of our building, they put up these huge rusty poles, very, very tall. How tall would you say they are, Rudolf?
I don't know, 40 feet?
Yeah, huge electrical tower poles running down the street we were on. And we decided we needed to sell the building and move out of there because of the electricity, and that would
electromagnetic field.
Right.
That would affect not only our beings but our product. And we really suffered from moving from there. I've had to reconfigure our client base because of where we had to move to. And that's the integrity we hold for this company, is we really, really care about people and the earth.
But the interesting thing to look at is also, I want to get back to the contractor again, and this is not every contractor. I'm sure there's health-conscious contractors, but if you give the contractor a choice, here's a hamburger and here's a carrot, what do you think he will eat?
The hamburger.
and that is dead matter. That is dead flesh. Yeah.
Yes.
A carrot has life in it. Meat, a hamburger is dead. Yeah. So what I'm trying to come to, I've had that many times, that a contractor is not only unwilling to use our paints, he's unwilling to look at the healthy aspects. He gets aggressive. He says, "No, this is terrible. This is terrible paint," because he has an aversion against even the word health, the health aspects. Yeah, and I used to make a joke. It said, the reason why these people don't want to use our paints is because they don't get the usual buzz, or the buzz that they're used to from the chemicals.
That's outrageous.
That's wild.
It's true.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's ever been any studies about what happens in the life of people who paint and use those toxic chemicals.
Liver.
Because it all goes to the liver, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And the lungs?
And the lungs, yeah.
In one of our conversations, in the context of the green building wave, you were talking about the organization LEED, who recognized the trend and developed this system of business credits so that buildings would be painted in a certain way or done in a certain way. Talk about that.
I can only talk badly about it, so maybe Amrita should.
No, really, I just want you to educate us. I took notes on it, but it's much more involved than the notes I took.
Okay, LEED is a small beginning, yeah, but there's a group of people. They really wanted to take over the lead. They want to dominate what goes into buildings and not and profit from that. It's not altogether a very pure concept what they offer, because VOC is one topic. Energy conservation is another. You get LEED credits for having a low energy consuming house. You get LEED credits for VOCs and so on. But do you really get LEED credits for indoor air pollution or not? It really does not. It does not really tackle this problem, and doesn't tackle the issue. If I see a building that's been LEED certified, it's for me the same old, same old. It is not much difference from what the ordinary builder does.
I would like to interject here.
Yeah.
The LEED was a beginning point, and they use a point system to try and accumulate a certain level of building points to give you a status, LEED status, platinum, gold, silver. But it is truly not enough, and it is becoming completely clear that it is not enough, a point system. And what is truly important are ingredients that are used in the building product itself. And what is coming about now is called transparency of a company. Not only showing an ingredient list, but also exactly where each ingredient is sourced from and how it is sourced. That is the responsible new wave that is coming into this green building world. There is a company called Pharos, which is very new, Pharos.
Okay.
Pharos. Please look them up. They are a much more reliable company for building companies and businesses that are building. Google Global, which is a huge company, Google, uses Pharos for all their buildings. If you want to be a product used by Google in their global buildings, you have to get through Pharos.
Is that a good thing?
It's difficult, and I'm doing it now because they contacted us, and I have not been able to get through their questionnaire quite yet, but I'm almost there. It is intense, but it is responsible, and I truly appreciate that company because they have taken the initiative, and they're forcing these quasi-green companies, these greenwash companies thinking they can jump on board by